Welcome to Sonic before the prequel. Yeah, nevertheless, this is Dr. Robotnik's Creature Capture, the second only game that features Dr. Robotnik capturing animals in order to complete the stage. Does that sound right? No, it's the second game that features Dr. Robotnik as a playable character in a Sonic hack. The first one was Eggman the Dictator in Sonic 1. Oh, I'll get to that in due time. But, here's the gameplay. This game isn't all that bad. I mean, it is fair enough difficult, like come later stages, but at this point it's very easy. You have to just collect a certain amount of animals within a time limit that is fairly easy to do. You get extra time when you put in animals within each capsule, and yeah, that's basically the whole process. So it's somewhat similar to Flicky in that sense. Like, in Flicky, you had to collect these yellow birds and then bring them to a door where you would get points, and when you get all 8, you complete the stage. In this, the amount of animals are completely randomized, and unlike Flicky, there are a few gimmicks that I wish can be fixed for a later version. So pretty much, that was the first stage, pretty easy. But with the net that Robotnik has to collect the animals, you can't even collect more than one animal. So that does somewhat defeat the purpose of replayability, having the ability to collect a whole bunch of animals, but then again, in later stages where there are a whole bunch of traps, if you collected all those animals, for example, like if that was a real thing, and you got hit, you would actually lose every animal you collected. And it's pretty tragic, I know. I've had a few times where I have had that happen, but this is actually my legitimate first run of this game. I mean, the game came out today like around 1:30 or so, 1:30 AM, and this gameplay is from like 9:47 in the morning. Yeah, so I'm playing this game like 8 or 9 hours after its original release, and seriously, this game is awesome. I'm just gonna rate it right now. I give it a 10 out of 10. Actually, an 11 out of 10. Yeah, let's put it that way. Also, the timer. You might notice that the font is similar to a certain game that we all love and know, Rystar. The credits will be in the extra video. Somebody other than Markey had put the HUD in. I find that this heads-up display is actually easier to go by than most other games. I don't know why. It's just something in my head. I'm guessing I grew up with Sonic Spinball, so I'm guessing that's the reason. But what do I know? It's just a Sonic game. And Sonic games always have these fun HUD gimmicks. I wonder what's up with those grid square concepts. Sonic Virtual Reality also came out like a month or so before this game, or probably a few months. And it also featured that same thing, but Sonic Virtual Reality is excusable because it's virtual reality on a DOS. Or at least something similar to DOS. If you haven't seen Sonic VR, then look it up, or go to SSRG. What is the name of that website? SonicResearch.org? I should know, I'm a member on there, or at least trial member. Now, you might wonder, how are the physics of the game? Because, we all know that Robotnik controls different than Sonic, especially in Eggman the Dictator. This game is actually pretty easy with the controls. I mean, Robotnik jumps twice as high as Sonic. He obviously can't go as fast as Sonic. There isn't a speed cap. Or is there? No, there is no speed cap, but you have to be like going downhill to be at your fastest. It is confusing at first, but you get the hang of it after a few levels. Excuse me. I'm doing this commentary after eating a steak and cheese sub. Yeah, I ordered. I don't usually order. One thing I have noticed about Robotnik's animation that is definitely superior to that of Eggman the Dictator is that it's much more fluid. In the sense that this animation is similar to Sonic the Hedgehog and not the original Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, as you can notice, Robotnik's legs have a proper movement other than that jumpy animation. And also, whenever, like, when he's standing in place, you can see him, like, breathing and such. I wonder if that's supposed to be an implied pun on how fat he is, but I digress. Also, when he jumps, you might notice his feet wiggle. Is that natural? Is it natural for your feet to wiggle when you're flying high in the air and you're descending down? Is that even natural? But then again, this is a Markey Jester hack. I'm pretty sure that Markey the Jester, the character, also has that kind of animation scheme. So I'm figuring it's self-explanatory on Markey's part. I don't blame him. I mean, I do like that animation. It does look so much better than previous titles that I've seen. Not by him, but pretty much anything else. Also, I don't think I get to show it off. Yeah, I don't get to show this off, but there is one gimmick that I will mention. When you complete the stage, or not really complete the stage, when you completely use up your timer, is what I mean. When you completely use up your timer, Sonic will then attack the capsule, and pretty much all the animals will fly out, and it's game over. I'll probably show that off in the extra video as well. But it is something fun to notice, but again, you have more than enough time to beat this game, so no worries. Anywho, I will see you in part 2.